Hey, again, so appreciative to all the fans that chose to. Sorry, I'm letting.
I can do it.
Somebody-
I'm on my phone too.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, so appreciative of all the fans that decided to come out today and watch practice, and just exciting to always have our Mizzou fans and continue to unite the spirit of Mizzou. Thought we had a good practice today. There was good on both sides of the ball, offense, defense. It's good to see live tackling. Thought our defense. Several guys in the secondary were really trying to play physical, which was awesome to see. Got to see some areas where we're going to have to be in better tacklers. Saw some guys be able to help, or not help, but make people miss, which is always a good thing when when you're a play caller, evaluate who's going to be able to do that. Came out healthy, which was really the most important thing, and look forward to another really good week of practice this week. And with that, I'll open up for questions.
Please use the raise hand function and Ben Durando by all means.
Eli, Tyler Macon earning his number. What sort of led to that, and what have you sort of seen from him today and up until now that got him to that point?
Yeah, Tyler was our offensive player of the day on Thursday's practice. He really played well in the move the ball period and in team. He had his best day, taking care of the football and putting the ball where he needed to, and understanding and learning the offense. And it was time for him to earn his number. I know it was something that was important to him, and it was good to see him. He had a couple of days where it wasn't going as well as he wanted it to, and was struggling comprehending, but really took the this play mentality and didn't have any excuses. Just went out there, improved and executed, and got number 10.
What was he?
Go ahead, Bennett.
I was just curious. Could you elaborate on what he was sort of struggling with and what it took to sort of get over that hump?
Yeah, I mean, I think for all the freshmen, it's just you're struggling with the volume of offense or defense, just the volume and how much you're living a regimented life and having to be up there so many times a day, and just it all kind of blends together, and so it wasn't any one thing in particular. It's just the whole thing, and he's fighting through it. I think everybody goes through it, whether you're a freshman in college, rookie in the NFL, or a freshman in high school.
And Mitchell 40.
Eli, you mentioned kind of, having some of the first live tackling 11 on 11. I guess just what can you kind of take away from that at this point, and what are kind of the goals, I guess, moving forward from off of this practice?
We'll have to go back and watch tape to really kind of get all the takeaways from it, but you're wanting to see who's going to play physical, who's got the ability to make people miss, and some of those tag plays during the spring practices, you get to find out if they would have really gone down or not. And we've got to replace quite a few players on defense, and so we're going to have to figure out who can replace the Josh Bledsoes, Tyree Gillespie's, Nick Bolton's. So we're going to have to tackle and make sure we have that physical nature for us on defense.
And Colin O'Brien.
Hey, Eli, even if they're not making plays, and they have been, but the energy that Daniel and Realist have been playing with, just what have they brought that immediate impact to the defensive line room?
Yeah, I think they're playing hard. Both of them got really good motors, which is always important, especially on that defensive line. And they're great kids. They're great. They're fun to be around. Both of them were participants in our shoot off today in our team meeting. I don't think either one of them got a very good jumper, but both of them are good D linemen. They're going to continue to get better, and they're, like you said, they're bringing energy, and it's going to be a good fit in our room.
And Jack Sobel.
Eli, similar question. It looked like the quarterbacks didn't really have a lot of time to throw oftentimes today. What did you like out of your defensive line today?
Yeah, I mean, got good pass rushes. It's hard to always tell when you're not live whether or not they're going to get home or not. We always try to err on the side of caution, but yeah, they did a nice job of creating pressure and push. There was several times I thought our quarterbacks did a really nice job of scrambling. I know Mako had a 3rd and 20 right there that he scrambled, got the first down. So, we got to eliminate that, make sure we stay in our rush lanes and get some secondary eyes on the quarterback.
And Andrew.
You're on mute. Bet you won't put that on Twitter. Still on mute. Can't use Zoom.
Oh, boy. All right, Andrew, I'll come back to you. Ben Durando, follow up?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about sort of your strategy when it comes to, or what your mindset is when it comes to filling quarterback scholarships a little bit, because, and I don't know, maybe this isn't even something you think about at all, but when you have something like Tyler getting his number, or someone like Sam Horn, do you sort of keep in mind, just as individual as a position as it is? Yeah, I know you talk about, whether it's guys entering the portal or whatever, and wanting guys to stick around. How do you sort of approach loading up a quarterback class, I guess?
I can't comment on any specific player except for guys on my rosters.
Right.
But what I would just say is, the quarterback position is a unique position in every phase of the game. Whether you're a seventh grade coach, a high school coach, college coach, in the NFL, you got to have a quarterback, and you got to have multiple quarterbacks in order to be successful. Always compete's our motto. So we're always going to compete. We're always going to compete to recruit the best players. My job is to try to develop Honor to be the very best quarterback he can be, and push Brady and Tyler every day to beat him out. And that's the point of competition, and anybody else we might add in the future.
All right, Andrew, try again here.
Can you hear me, Coach?
We got you.
Hey, yeah, that was my bad. Audio settings were a little off. All right, so you guys are a week away from the spring game now. Just overall, how do you feel like you guys have handled spring camp? Just overall, are you pleased with the progress you made?
Yeah, we focused on 3 goals: 1, individual player development; 2, foundations of offense, defense, special team schemes; and then 3rd is camaraderie. And I really feel like that we are seeing players develop. I challenge our coaches to write down a goal for every one of our players as we've started spring, and then reassess these goals after today and see where we're at. But we're really pushing these guys, to be better every day, and we're seeing that. And then I definitely think we're getting the foundations, the understanding of what we're trying to do. I know for the defense, it's all new for them, and they're learning and are trying to apply, and we'll be better and better as we go through walkthroughs in summer and player-led practices and get into fall camp. So I think we're seeing that. And then obviously, today there was a lot of fun out there. There was a lot of guys celebrating each other's success, which is always a huge part of camaraderie and developing relationships.
Mitchell Forty.
Eli, I wanted to ask about a couple of offensive tackles, one being Hiron White, who obviously wasn't able to play last year, just what you've seen of him, and also Javon Foster. Looks like he's been spending some time with the first group, just how you've kind of seen him develop in the past year. Yeah,
Hiron's been it's been great to get him back. He's got a guy that's got playing experience, and it was unfortunate he got an injury in fall camp, and we had to repair it, but he's had a great mindset and mentality and has really attacked spring, and think he's getting better. And then Javon Foster is a guy that, had to step in at key times for us last year at tackle. And, we're continuing to be excited about his growth and development, and think that he's going to be a positive contributor to our football team and offensive line.
Aaron Ladd.
Eli, I thought what you said about camaraderie was interesting. Why is that a theme of this year's spring practices? Was it something you didn't see last year and you kind of thought was important to start off with, or is it just kind of part of your coaching philosophy for the guys to be tight?
I didn't necessarily think we didn't have it last year. I just think what's going to be the separator, right? What's going to be the talent separator? Everybody in the SEC has a certain level of talent that you have to be there. But what's going to be that separator or multiplier? And the best teams I've always been on or associated with, the ones that wins championships, have a level of camaraderie and trust and fun that they have playing for each other that helps them be successful. And we've got to continue to add that to try to help that be our competitive advantage or our edge going into these football games. That it just means more to us and our brotherhood as we play to win that game. And so that's just something we're pushing. Yep.
Colin.
Hey, Eli, you said on, I think, more than one occasion last year that you wanted to get better at the end of half or end of games, play calling situations. I was just curious, is spring a time you can work on that? And what's your philosophy personally on going about improving as a play caller?
I mean, I think you can improve all the time. It's just a matter of how you do that. don't necessarily remember exactly what you're talking about as far as being specific about into half, into game play calling. I think we only had one drive at the end of the game we scored on to beat Arkansas. Into half, it all goes into the different scenarios of game management and 2-minute drills. And I think the only way to do it is practice those and put yourself in those situations. And actually this week is our 2-minute into game, into half focus coming up. So it'll be something that we'll work on in practice. And to me, that's how you get better at it.
And last question from Jack.
Eli, with Devin Nicholson being, the incumbent starting inside linebacker with Nick gone, has he taken on a leadership role at all in the defense in the spring? And also just how's he looked on the field?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you've got returning experience, you kind of step up and realize everybody's kind of looking to you to lead the way. I think he's continued to get better. I know Coach Smith's challenged him to be more physical and to play better. And I think he's trying to meet that challenge.
Thanks all. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Players
Maggie.
coming next.